Okay, so I'm a little sick, so don't mind me if my voice sounds a little odd than usual. But today's story is going to answer some questions that many boys might have growing up and, you know, might be actually one of their biggest fears, because I know it was my biggest fear, and that's girls with braces. But before you guys do freak out about this story and, you know, want me to get into it, make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, because seriously, it means a lot when you guys do. And also, make sure you guys do follow me on Instagram. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram already, then consider yourselves ugly, unwanted, and, well, maybe weird. So make sure you guys do join the Discord server down below if you guys haven't already, and let's just get straight into this crazy, insane story. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name is Bubba, and welcome back to another insane story. So I have a confession to make. I would never, ever back in high school go for a girl with braces. And I have a good reason why, and honestly, to this day, I still don't go with girls with braces. And one thing I made sure of was that my Fortnite girlfriend did not have braces. If you guys haven't met her yet, well, she's on the Bubba channel. If you guys haven't go check that out, go check it out already. But yeah, one thing I've never liked was girls with braces. And I have a good reason for this, and it all starts off back in high school in my grade 11 year. When I was in grade 11, I remember I never wanted to get close with girls with braces. I never liked braces. I never wanted it, nor did I find it attractive. But I remember in grade 11, I was talking to this girl that was really attractive, and she wasn't wearing braces at the time. She was really awesome, and I remember me and her would always talk and stuff, and, you know, we were being kind of flirtatious in the talking mode. You guys would know what that means, you know. And me and her, we agreed to one day do the Devil's Tango. We never could find a time when, because she was always busy, until one day she came up to me in the middle of school and told me, hey, so like, I can't do anything this week because, well, I have to go get braces soon, but trust me, like, everything's gonna be okay after I get my braces. What is what I told her? You're getting braces? Nah, is what I told her. I told her no way I could do a girl with braces. She looked at me, she's like, why are you so scared of braces? Like, braces don't do anything. And I told her not what I've seen on the internet, because let's be real here, who wants a piece of metal close to their eggplant or close to their teeth in general? But I remember she kept telling me how everything's gonna be fine and how I should not be really judgmental about her having braces. But I just told her the goddamn truth, and I was worried that in the following weeks I would have to let her go because, well, she would have braces for the next 2 years, and yeah, that's a big no-no for me. I remember later on throughout the week, I kept talking to my homies and the guys, basically telling them how, like, this girl got braces and stuff, and how I don't want to, like, you know, hook up with her or do the Devil's Tango with her at all, because, you know, it's just ultimately disgusting. But all the guys kept telling me how braces don't do anything, there's no difference with braces, it's not a bad thing, and you won't feel it at all, is what they said. I thought they were right, and maybe, like, you know, maybe I'm just really being over dramatic about it. So I remember that day in the following week, I remember I hit her up saying, hey, like, you free to come to my house, like, on Friday night? Just, like, come over. She was excited. She's like, oh, like, yeah, I'm down. And basically on Friday night, when that day came around, it was really scary for me because I had no idea what's gonna happen. Like, think about it. A girl with a piece of metal is gonna come near my eggplant, bro. Like, anything could happen at that moment. So I remember I basically, like, kept, like, kind of, like, making sure I had band-aids on the side to make sure if I got cut, I could put it on, and, you know, all that good stuff. And on top of that, I kind of, like, wanted to wear a mouth guard, but I don't know, I felt like that would be really kind of weird if I did that. I don't know, I was just trying to take my safety precautions to a whole new level. Anyways, during Friday, I remember she ended up coming over, and basically me and her, we started watching a movie. She had her brand new braces on, and for some reason she chose the color green, and it always looked like she had something stuck in her teeth, but I don't know, apparently she got my favorite color as her braces, which was not a good idea, but I mean, it is what it is, whatever. And me and her just started watching Ted because we both wanted to watch a funny movie. And I remember midway of us watching this movie, out of nowhere, she decides to come closer and closer to me, and she just started kind of, like, you know, wanting to do the Devil's Tango. But me, I kind of, like, stayed away, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be honest, like, I'm just not into it, is what I told her, like, 6 different times. But she wasn't having it. She's like, oh, like, come on, like, we've been wanting to do this for weeks now. Like, it doesn't make sense how now you don't want to do it since I got braces. And I kept telling her, I have a big fear of braces. Like, what if I get cut? What if I get, like, you know, anything? She kept saying how, like, it's not gonna happen, you know, everything's gonna be fine. So me doing what I usually do, I just said screw it, and I counted down from 10 and just decided to go ham. Me and her started to do the Devil's Tango, and I remember when she came down to do the Devil's Head, she started doing it, and out of nowhere I felt a cut, or I got, like, a really sharp pain. And when that happened, I remember I said ow, and I stood up. I'm like, what in the world is going on? And I looked down at my eggplant and I started bleeding. The girl looks at me, she's like, oh my goodness, like, no, like, that's not what was meant to happen, like, I apologize, that's not what's supposed to happen at all. And I'm like, no. It felt like it was burning, and my eggplant was literally burning. It hurt bad, okay? It hurt terribly. So I remember me panicking and screaming. My mom came downstairs because we were in the basement gonna do the Devil's Tango because we had, like, a TV in the basement. And basically she came down and she's like, oh my goodness, like, what is happening? Like, oh my goodness, Bubba, like, why are you bleeding? Why are your pants down? And, like, she was, like, basically questioning everything that just happened. And me, I'm kind of just standing there holding my eggplant with my hands kind of, like, having blood on them. And I'm like, Mom, get me a band-aid. I put a band-aid on my damn eggplant, bro. Like, I'm not even joking. It was the most embarrassing thing. And the girl started, like, kind of, like, freaking freaking out because she didn't know this was gonna happen. And me, I started like basically like freaking out as well because like basically like it sucked. It was a sucky feeling. Not like sucky like that, but like sucky like it sucked how that happened. You know what? Never mind. Going on with the story. I remember my parents were like, oh, let's take him to the hospital. Like, we have to take him to the hospital. And like, I'm like, okay, like fine, like let's go to the hospital. So me, I get in my car with my bleeding eggplant with my band-aid on it. And we drive to the hospital. When we got to the hospital, I remember we ended up going to see the nurse. The nurse was some old lady that really hated me because of, I don't know, for some reason I like did her coworker. I have no idea. She hated me for some reason. And she's like, okay, so knowing your like crazy experience, I'm also going to test you for STDs just to make sure nothing happened. Bruh, my eggplant is bleeding and you're telling me you want to test me for STDs right now? Is what I told her because like, I don't know, she was just hating my guts for some reason. And my parents were furious the whole time. And I remember the girl's parents that, you know, ended up cutting me in the first place ended up coming down to the hospital as well to make sure I was okay and to pick up their daughter. And the whole situation became complete anarchy because I remember when my parents went to go talk to her parents, she came into the room and she's like, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't know this was gonna happen. Like, I swear it was not supposed to happen like this. Like, I have no idea. And I told her straight to her face, I'm like, listen, you know what? Maybe in a couple years, just take off your braces and come see me again. But this cannot ever happen again. Since then, I never did a girl with braces. And I remember 2 years later, I ended up running into the girl again and she wasn't wearing her braces at the time. So me and her, we ended up doing the Devil's Tango. And apparently her Devil's Head game got better. But basically, long story short, yeah, just watch out for girls with braces. But at the same time, like, this is a rare occasion. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I did end up in the future, you know, after that day doing another girl with braces and it was completely fine. So fair warning for all the people scared of braces. It's not an everyday thing, but it happens. Anyways, guys, that's basically it for today's story. So make sure to do like and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. And on top of that, if you guys haven't already, join the Discord server. It seriously means a lot when you guys do. And like I always say, follow for more embarrassing stories. All right, peace out, guys.
My name is Baba. I'm still on top of the world. Devils taking with your mother. Of course, let's go. Should I make it a story? Let's click record. Got that TikTok with 2 mil hit different with some more. She said she love me, she kept. Should I exit for sure? I got 100K for my life's work, so mama said bravo. All these people on my street, love y'all till the day I got home. I got